What up, y'all? A couple weeks ago I put out a video talking about how I moved to Japan. I changed my life. I talked about how I'm from Chicago. I'm from here in the States. I didn't like who I used to be. I didn't like the people I grew up around. I didn't like my circumstances. I didn't like what basically was looking like my life was turning into, what my future was going to be. So I changed my life, guys. I moved to Japan and my life's basically pretty awesome now. And I think a lot of people misunderstood what I was saying in that video, so I'm here to correct y'all. I'm here to lead you on the right path. And hey, maybe I did misspeak. Maybe I wasn't as clear as I should have been in that video, guys. Obviously, so many different times in that video I talked about how I moved to Japan. I live in Japan now. I'm from Chicago. I live in Japan now. I grew up speaking English. I learned Japanese as an adult. And so many people in the comments took this as me saying that if you want to have a great life, move to Japan. If you guys want to be happy, move to Japan. These bugs are fucking killing me. Fuck off, bugs. If you want to be happy, move to Japan. If you want to find yourself, spend a bunch of money moving overseas and learn a different language. Guys, that's 100% not the point of that video. And if you thought that that was the point of that video, you're either an idiot or you're dumb or you're stupid. What the point of that video was, and the point of me saying so many different times, Japan, 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 was, can you think of a stranger, more different circumstance, a bigger change for someone who grew up in Chicago, playing sports, hanging out in local towny bars, being an idiot in the Chicago streets, playing in a pop punk bands, not making any money, than moving to Japan, learning the Japanese language, going to school in Japan, going to school, studying in Japanese, working in Japanese workplaces, working in Japanese environments. A lot of people in the comments were saying things like, man, this guy thinks his life is so awesome now, he lives in Japan, but everybody knows Japanese work culture sucks. Like, he must be so jaded. He obviously has this thing where he hates his hometown, and that's just it. Yes, maybe I do hate my hometown a little bit, but guys, that wasn't the point of the video at all. The whole point of the video was to say, that is an insane change from how you, like, if you would have asked that boy back in Chicago, if you would have asked that boy who used to live in Chicago, didn't speak any other languages, grew up like any other loser in the area, riding my skateboard, hanging out with all my friends who were just smoking weed, hanging out at the local towny bars. I served at a restaurant for many years, and that's what I did, guys. I went to the restaurant, served, made some tips, hung out with my friends at like IHOP until 4 a.m, blew it on pancakes and bullshit, and going to like stupid bars and meeting stupid people. I'm like, once again, I'm saying this not to say that every single person from my hometown was stupid, but I wasted a lot of time doing dumb shit and just thinking there wasn't anything else out for me, and I wasn't even happy doing that shit. It's just kind of like what people were doing around me, so I didn't think twice about it. And I was just comfortable like doing all this dumb bullshit that I didn't even really care about, just because that's what was convenient and that's what everyone else was doing around me. And then I remember every single night getting home and laying in bed for like hours thinking, man, I'm not really satisfied doing this. I want to do something else. I want to live a crazier life. I want to live a more interesting life. I want to be fulfilled. I want to challenge myself. And this was fun for like 1 or 2 years when I was 22 or 23, when I was making like decent money in tips and then blowing it doing just like stupid shit, not being productive, not actually working toward anything. Time is actually passing me by. I'm getting older, and I want to actually make a difference in the world. I want to do something different. I want to challenge myself. I want to see the world. I want to say that I accomplished something. I want to say that I was able to look difficulty in the face and tell it to fuck off, suck my ball sack. And I didn't have any idea what I was going to do or how I was going to do that. I started saving my money, busted my ass at the restaurant job, got all my shit together, started studying Japanese on my own. And I said, you know what, fuck it, dude. I'm going to move to Japan, dude. Like, fuck it. And everyone was like, bro, you are nuts. You are crazy. My closest friends knew that if I said I was going to do something, I was going to do it. So they're like, oh, shit, like, this dude's crazy, but he's going to do it. But so many other people that I knew were like, bro, this guy, you ain't moving to Japan, bro. You're full of shit. Because that's what everyone does. Like in my hometown and places around here, people that I grew up with, people that I went to high school, I mean, back me up, fellas. I'm sure you guys can relate. Every single person around you says, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Bro, even if it's like, bro, I'm gonna quit smoking weed, bro. I'm trying to make my mom proud, bro. I'm gonna quit smoking that reefer, bro. Or, yeah, bro, I'm gonna get a better job, dude. I'm gonna go back to school, bro. Everyone's been saying, like, you see your friends from high school, like, once every 6 months at the local bar, and every single time you see them, they're like, man, I swear, dude, we got to go on a boys trip, bro. We got to get all the boys together and go on a trip. And I'm like, yeah, man, I got the money. Like, let's do it. And then, like, nobody ever follows through because some type of bullshit excuse comes up. They don't have the money. They lost their job, whatever it be. And you meet your friend from high school who you haven't seen in, like, 6 years. But you see them, like, once every 6 years after high school. And every single time that you see them, they say, man, I'm getting my shit together finally, man. I'm going to do this. But they never actually do any of that. And I was just sick of people like that, man. I was like, I'm going to go to Japan. I don't give a fuck. If I have to do it completely on my own, I'm tired of waiting around for other people. I'm going to go to Japan. I'm going to start drowning out there. I'm going to be so uncomfortable that I'm forced to find something that gives me purpose, that gives me inspiration, and leads me to where I need to be in life. So I fucking started doing it, packed my shit up, and I went to Japan. See, there are a lot of people, like I said in the comments, saying, oh, this guy's talking about how much better Japan is than America. I didn't say that once. I do not think that Japan is better than America. I don't think that America is better than Japan. I think that both countries are very different, and I would be happy living in either one of them. But if you ask me right now, yes, I would prefer to live long-term in America. Japan's fun while I'm young. But guys, simply, like I said, the reason that I put so much emphasis on the fact that I moved to Japan is because I was living the polar opposite life to what I'm living now in Japan. And there are so many different people that are like, I can't quit my job. I have a serving job in Chicago. I've been here for 4 years and I don't know what to do. I don't know how to tell my boss to go fuck himself because what happens if I don't have this job anymore? So afraid about making that small change and you won't even do it. Guys, like I said, I'm awesome. I quit my job. I packed all my shit up. I left. I went to Japan all the way across the world. I'm speaking a different language every day out there. There are people every single day that I talk to here in the States that are like, dude, my family, I have an abusive father. I have an abusive sister. I've been through it as well. You can tell that person to fuck off. You can go live your own life. You don't have to live in these shitty circumstances for the rest of your life. You truly can do whatever the fuck you want. If I packed my shit up and moved all the way to Japan, cut out plenty of ridiculous, toxic, abusive people out of my life, started a new life. Like I said, I'm not saying that this means that Japanese people or the friends I have in Japan are better than the friends I have back home. But I made such a big change. If I can make that change, you can make a much smaller change. I promise you that. This life really, like, the world that we live in is crazy, man. There's so much opportunity. You can really do whatever the fuck you want. I know that sounds cliche. If I was watching this video 5 years ago, I would have said, this guy making this video right now is a douchebag. He doesn't understand my struggle. He doesn't understand my plight. He doesn't understand what I go through. He doesn't understand the cards that I was dealt when I was a kid, the family that I was born into, the people that I grew up around. He doesn't understand any of that. He's just a douchebag. Of course it's easy for him because he's good looking and whatever. Fuck all of that bullshit, victim, whiny mentality. You truly can do whatever the fuck you want. It just takes you to sack up and start going after it instead of bitch and whine about the world all the time. I'm not saying Japan is the answer for everyone. I'm not saying it's the answer for anyone. I don't even think Japan was the answer for me. I'm just saying I made a change. It didn't have to be Japan. I could have done so many other things and also been really happy, I'm sure. It's just about having balls. It's just about telling the world to go fuck itself when you need to. Guys, make a change. Stop being a bitch. If your life sucks, change it. If people in your life suck, the relationships in my life are shallow and they suck. Okay, well then don't have those relationships. I hate the place where I live. Okay, well then move. I hate my job. I hate my boss. Okay, quit. Just get up and do it, man. I don't want to hear any more excuses. All right, fuck off. Peace out.